So I was going to be showing you how to use the new YouTube dashboard along with video editing on Premiere Pro, because I need to work on a video for YouTube. I figured I might as well do it. I was going to show you a little bit about the YouTube new dashboard thing that they got going on. They officially changed it, I believe. So now it's like fully you have to use it now, which was something I was dreading at first, but I got used to it over the last month or so. And it's actually not that bad. It's actually feels a little bit better, especially for live streaming. It feels really good. And I'm going to show you like exactly what I'm talking about. Let me just make sure the stream is running before I continue on. Cool beans. Good. All right, cool. All right, so as far as like, I'm going to show you basically the dashboard itself. So like if I go onto my account, I go into YouTube Studio, it's gonna pop up like this. And in the YouTube Studio, the main thing that I'm always accessing is my videos. I don't look at analytics. I don't look at the comments section on this. I don't do any of that. The way I watch my actual comments is through the actual normal YouTube. Like if I go like this, and then my comments will pop up right here. You see notifications. I can actually see this. You know what I mean? This is a banger already. You see, so basically that's the way I read my comments. I usually read my comments on my phone. I have the Creator Studio app thing. I forgot what the name is exactly. Let me pull it up. That way you guys can know what I'm talking about. YouTube Studio. So this here, I don't know if you can see it. YouTube Studio. So download that in your app store somewhere. This is how I access my comments. This is how I read it. This is how I reply. This is how I look at statistics and analytics. This is how I analyze stuff. So I usually don't use the actual my computer, like my actual PC. I don't use my PC for stuff like that. I mainly all I do is only upload and do live streams. That's it. Like this is like the work computer. You know what I mean? So first off, let's look at the actual thing. So first thing, I never look at the dashboard, so we're gonna go straight into video. I also advise that if you're into live streaming, then you want to set either the upload section of your thing to be like the default thing, or go to live streaming, which I have it set up on my Google. So like when I go back, it's the first thing you see, live dashboard, and I just pull it up and it goes right into live. You know what I mean? So I can see what's going on here. That's the main thing that I do. That way I don't have to be jumping around, jumping through hoops, clicking here, clicking there. I have it set up. On here, you can access everything. What I've been doing recently is I've been just downloading my live stream so I can do basically small clips, do videos if I want to for YouTube, you know, things like that. So I download the full live stream, see where I actually had something I wanted to take a clip of, and then do it like that. This is actually super easy to understand if you just only click on videos, and that's it. Don't click on analytics or any of this other stuff. As far as live streaming, you can do it straight from here. So like you go up here to you see the little video icon, you click on that, and then you press go live. This actually sets up basically an event. So it sets up like a YouTube event. Right now it's showing the one that I'm running right now. The best thing about this is that it actually lets you pre-program a bunch of YouTube stuff. Like let's say, for example, you have like an agenda of things you want to do for the day. Let's say right now I'm doing this, and later on I want to start playing some Elder Scrolls Online. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to stream up here. Usually this is the first thing that pops up right here. The coolest thing is that you can use your previously used streams. So you see these are all my streams that I've been doing lately. These are old ass streams from like a decade ago, but these are newer streams, and I just started getting into the system. So basically now they have new buttons. So you just press dismiss if you want to start a whole new thing. And then it's going to say, okay, create a title. So let's say for this one, so there's going to be the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to go, okay, this is the title, Elder Scrolls Online. And then like you can put whatever you want. I'm gonna put it. It's up to you if you want to put it unlisted for now. If you're not planning to do anything yet, then just leave it as unlisted. And then you're gonna put the game title, so you can filter this for gaming. So you can filter this for whatever you want. You put gaming, you put Elder Scrolls. There it is, Elder Scrolls Online. Boop. Enable for monetization. You want to make that cash, and then you can schedule it for later. That's a cool thing because you can basically put schedule for later, put it for a certain time, and it's gonna pop up on the feed of YouTube so that anybody that is your subscriber will see that and potentially go like, okay, at 12 o'clock, at 12:15 p.m. he's gonna come back and he's gonna live stream. You know what I mean? So you can set it up like that. I'm gonna shut that off for now. You can upload a custom thumbnail. If you don't upload a thumbnail, it's gonna show your background image. You know, the whole like what you call it, your little, I don't know, that little background thing. I forget what the name is. Like, I'll show you what I mean. Cover photo. That's the word I was trying to come up with. But this shit. So this cover photo, it's gonna be that as default as your thumbnail, which is pretty silly. I wish that it was more like Twitch where it just gives you like a random image, but it doesn't always do that. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. So I always upload a image. So let's say I already have a bunch of pre-made stuff. Like I have an Elder Scrolls folder, and I'm like super organized with all this shit. Like I get kind of serious. You see, I have Breath of the Wild, Days Gone, like basically whatever kind of playlist I'm playing. Let's say today I'm gonna play my Necro, and I'm gonna use my Necro thumbnail, and I just upload it. Boom, there's my Necro thumbnail. Create stream, and then this is what happens. So it's gonna go ahead and it's gonna throw you in this thing. It's up to you if what you're doing here. If you're gonna be using your stream key, you can put that in. You can put your URL and all that into OBS or whatever software you have. Low latency is the thing I like using because it makes it so that it's more accurate to the time that you're actually streaming. Like there's only like a 3-second delay or something, so it's really nice. If you use ultra latency, it used to be that you would miss out on DVR, and what DVR does, because you see it's enabled by default, DVR makes it so that you can rewind the YouTube while it's still live, and that's like one of the best features about YouTube is that if you do it, it used to shut it off. Now it doesn't seem like it does, but it doesn't allow you to do 4K resolution. But who the hell is doing 4K resolution? You know what I mean? So it's up to you if you want to use it, play with it. I like low latency. I've been on that for a couple years now, so yeah, I just leave it at that. All these other things I don't know. Enable auto start, enable stop. I don't know what those do. 360 video if you have a 360 camera. We don't. Closed captioning. I wanted to try to play with that because that's actually pretty cool. That way it always shows it, I believe, but I don't know. Unlist live replay once the stream ends. This is something that's up to you. I used to do that. I don't do it anymore. And the main reason why I don't do it anymore is because I pre-save all my tagging and all my you know, my stuff, my thumbnail and all that stuff. So I don't ever re-edit anything that I've live streamed. So it's up to you how you want to play with this. If you want to leave it unlisted, you can go and edit your tags and everything. And the only way to edit your tags, they don't have it on this screen yet. Maybe in the future, you'll have to go into your dashboard. So you go to video, you go to live, and then you'll find like your live stream in here. Let me refresh because it's not showing me. It's gonna pop up here. Here it is, Elder Scrolls. You see the one that's called Elder Scrolls. I'll go to edit. In here, if you're planning to go live, you have to put this onto public, otherwise it's not gonna pop up. So keep that in mind. That's why I usually just keep it public. That way it's just visible and that's it. Then you can put it into a playlist if you want. I'm not gonna put this into a playlist right now. Tags. This is something that you can add right now. That's the best thing about making an event like this is that you can have it pre-selected already. So like, this is my favorite site for doing, you know, tags. It's called Rapid Tags. So I go here And let's say, okay, I just literally copy paste. So I copy my title and then I'll paste it into here, search it up. It's gonna give me a bunch of tags. Here it is: ZeniMax, Elder Scrolls Online PC. Look, you see, it's all the typical tags. So like if I was actually specifying it for a certain character, like Warden, I'm gonna play the Warden character, and then I'm gonna craft. I'll put craft. Don't get too crazy with your wording here, because this website can get confused. So you have to treat it kind of like almost like a dictionary thing. So like I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna search this. So let's see what pops up now. Elder Scrolls Online, Warden, online review, Warden skills. Okay, cool. It didn't come up with anything craft wise, so that sucks. But anyway, like I can copy and I can go over here to tags, paste it, and then you can add more tags if you want to, like crafting, and then you use comma to basically end that, and then you just keep going with more tags. Best game, mad skills, you know what I mean? Like just keep adding more and more tags. Tagging is something that I'm not very good at. That's why I use the rapid tags. It just autofills and that's it. I don't really care. But that's my favorite website, at least. And then as far as just having this set up, that's it. Like all you got to do is just press play at this point. So once you have all your stuff ready to go with OBS, once you press stream, it's gonna like start this up right away. If you want to start up a new stream, and this is the thing that's so nice about this, is you can have it all set up so you can manage a bunch of them. So I can have like a set list of stuff. So I can have like more and more things. Like for example, I am gonna start a new live stream later on. So I'm gonna be continuing the sky shard hunting and leveling, you see? So this is like the last thing I did. Also, I was planning to play the Breath of the Wild again. So let's say like I wanted to play Breath of the Wild. I can just use my Breath of the Wild save that I already did, and it's gonna keep everything. So reuse settings. This is the best part about this. So it kept the thumbnail. Now I just gotta change it to, let's say, part 6. This is part 6. This is the new part. And then, you know, I can change my description if I want. I like adding hashtags now, so I'll do like hashtag Zelda Breath of the Wild, so BOTW Breath of the Wild. Oh wait, no, that's a @sign. Where's the hashtag? Boom. Like something like that, you know what I mean? And then I could schedule it for a certain time. I'm not gonna schedule it right now. Let me see. Actually, oh, if you put it on public, it actually schedules it right away. So I'm gonna do unlisted for now. And then that's it. Now I gotta just make a new thumbnail. So with thumbnails, I always just kind of like, I already have like a set preset. Actually, I think I already made one. When I think about it. Let me check. I think I already made one. Pictures. Live. Where's my Breath of the Wild? Part 5. See, I didn't make a part 6. So like I'm gonna just do this. So like I'll go open. Boom. Breath of the Wild. Open this. Boom. It's gonna have the part 3. Alright, so I'm just gonna change it to part 6. Then it's gonna have a new thumbnail. So I'll delete this one. I'll go on Google. So I'll go Zelda Breath of the Wild wallpaper. Images. I don't make it complicated. You see this? Very simple. Oh, I like this one. It looks cool to me. Copy. Paste. It's not big enough for my screen, so screw that one. Let's find a bigger one that fits. Main reason why I'm looking, see, you see how it says the actual size, 2560 by, that's really good, because that's gonna be so much that it's gonna make it fit a lot more. You see, look at that. It even zooms and everything. Hey, what's up, Mom? How you doing? I'm just doing a quick little tutorial on how to like upload stuff on YouTube. All right, so here, bam. So look at that, looks pretty. I'm gonna fit it how I want. See, the coolest thing about having the big wallpapers is that you can be able to zoom into certain aspects, or you can kind of change it up how you want. You can do a little bit more editing if you want, like if you wanted to throw in some like filters and things, you know. I usually don't that much. Like the most I would do is probably do this. Gotta make sure that's over the top. Sharpen. I like to sharpen sometimes because it makes it look a little bit more vibrant. See that? And then maybe I would throw in a little contrast. Brighten up if I need to. I like contrast. Contrast is nice. But you gotta kind of even it with the brightness. You don't want to make it too contrasty that is too dark and weird. So like I do that. Yo, what's up, Hunter? You made it. What's up? That's it. Now there's my thumbnail for part 6. I'm gonna go boom, save as, make it a JPEG. I'm gonna call it just 6. Save as max, large size. Boom. There's my thumbnail. So now I go over to thing, change thumbnail. Is Breath of the Wild. Here it is. And here's 6. Boom. There's my thumbnail. Done. See? And it's ready to go. Part 6. I have the right title. I have my little hashtags. Done. Create. Super easy mode like that. That's what makes it so damn easy. Teaching how to make thumbnails. What's up, Marcus? Yeah, you know, like I've seen a lot of people freaking out on Twitter about like this whole new thing now. They're all like, oh my god, it's confusing and fuck this, YouTube sucks, you know, like all that stuff. And just kind of wanted to touch base on all these. It's not that hard. This actually makes it so much easier to live stream. Like you don't even understand. It's so quick. Look at this. Let me go make another one. I'm gonna play Elder Scrolls later on. So let me delete this one because I don't want this one. Delete. Oh, here. More actions. Delete forever. Yes. Delete. Gonna delete that, and then I'm gonna make a new one. Boom. All right. So let's go ahead and make a new one. Sky shard hunting. I think we're gonna do that. Actually, yeah. I'll do more sky shard hunting later. So reuse settings. It's gonna use everything that I already had with my hashtags and everything. Like, look at this, ready to fucking go. I'm gonna make it unlisted for now so that it doesn't pop up on the YouTube channel. And then I'm gonna do, it's gonna be part 2. So hashtag 2. And that's it. Create. Done. Sit back, relax. It's already set. You know what I mean? Like that's the best thing about this. Another thing is what I use is Restream. So once this actually uploads, I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay, here we go. It's already uploaded. I use Restream, so I don't use any of this stream keys or any of these things here. I don't touch any of these settings because I don't need to. I use Restream, so what I'm gonna do is go over to Restream now that I set up my YouTube. And then what I do is on here, I'm not gonna be able to fuck with things since I'm already, you know, actively streaming. But right here it says event. You can go right here and you see event edit settings, which you have to change it to a YouTube event thing. So when you go to add channel up here, you gotta find YouTube event. We see right here, YouTube event. You gotta add that as your channel. Once you do that, you go over here, you click on edit settings, and then you change it. You see how it says event, create a new. You change it to whatever you're going to be doing next. Breath of the Wild. I'm going to play some Breath of the Wild. All right, boom. You click it, copy the title. That way you can save that. And then press save. I'm not going to do that because it's going to screw up this live stream I'm currently on. And then you go to stream info. And on stream info, this is where, like, I can't really see with the chat in a way. Let me move this down here. But on the stream info, this is where you edit your titles. So like, let's say you can go ahead and you can copy paste, you know, your title that you just copied from before, put it in here, Press update all. It's gonna update all the live stream platforms, so it's all set. You can select game here, which this game thing sucks balls. Like, it doesn't have any options of any games that I actually play. Like, it's all like either really old stuff or the absolutely most popular games. So like, this list doesn't really work that well. Like, what I wish that this had was like, you can just type in a name of a game and then it would just like, you know, auto fill the name, and then you can go ahead and edit how you need to do, like what you need. Because like, let's say for example, you see Twitch, I put just chatting. This one I put chatting, but I don't even know if that's a real channel. I should have checked DLive before I did that. Over here, I left it as Elder Scrolls. Facebook, I left it as Elder Scrolls. Periscope is different. Periscope, you need to just use hashtags. So I use hashtags. And then YouTube, you leave it alone. You don't even touch it because you already edit that. So it's done. And that's it. And then you just go ahead and start your live stream, you know, super easy mode. So anyway, that's Restream. So yeah, it's good stuff. This is actually not that bad. Once you get the hang of it, it's like, you know, it's just fast. Snap that finger, it's so good. So let me go back. Yeah, let me leave that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit a quick little video, and then I was actually gonna start playing some games. I wanted to whatchamacallit? I wanted to play a little Zelda and probably follow it up with some Elder Scrolls and do some of that. Let me, what am I doing today? Okay, I got a couple videos that I made that I think I'm gonna do some stuff on. I like my pre-saves, it's so nice. And then I'm gonna open, actually no. What do I do? This. I forgot how to edit videos, hold on. Trading, I already did that video. Already did that one. Do this one? I don't remember this one. Let me watch this real quick. Then you probably want to avoid those guilds and you want to go for something that popped up. Look, this guy's on crack. If you new to this, so everybody's on crack. Money in. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't know if this is the one I wanted to do. I don't remember these.
Which one I have specifically? Crack, and they're putting $10,000. They're on
crack. All right, wait. Yeah, I was actually gonna make an edited video on this subject I just covered, but I think I'm gonna just do something different. I'm doing pretty good, Hunter. How about you? What's going on? And the Waster flip. Oh wait, how do you say that name? Waste. Well, my brain blew up. I think I blew up my brain trying to read your name. Where is it at? This? Yeah, there's this one. The auction house. Here it is. Waiting for my burger. Oh man, I want a burger. That sounds good. This. What? I don't get what now? You don't get fed good here. Yeah, no, it's just I have to make it. All right. I'll just save it as auction. There we go. This is gonna be a quick little video, nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna post it right now, mainly because I'm not gonna like it's gonna really screw up the live stream, because when I start exporting, it just like blows up the whole like my computer. My computer just decides to like take a complete shit. Streamed ESO an hour ago. Cool, man. Now you're getting into streaming? Nice. Do it. Do it. Oh, I forgot to show you guys, as far as YouTube, uploading video. That's another thing that's pretty important. I mean, if you don't live stream, then you're uploading video. Then it's the same thing. It's so easy. Click here, Click on upload video. Gonna pop up this window. You drop a file in there. I'm just gonna drop anything random just because. Let's see. Let's just put this one, whatever. Gonna upload, boom. Set your titles. You know. Boom. Got my title, descriptions and stuff. This, you see how I have it already set up that it automatically fills? You can do that. It's in the options there. I'll see if I can find it. But what I usually do is I'll double space here and then I'll add in, this is a video about testing things. You know, like I'll add in a little something, add in links if I need to, and that's it. Click here for a thumbnail, add a thumbnail here, Breath of the Wild one, why not? And then throw in a playlist and done. That's it. Like actually right down here, you had to click on more settings. You put in your tags like I showed earlier, throw in your tags, and then that's pretty much it. Go to next, enable monetization, put it on. There we go. Set it how you want. Next. This, always say none. Even though I cuss a lot, doesn't matter. Boom. And then add a ending if you want. And then visibility if you want to make it public right now. I usually don't. I like to double check things before I do that. And then I'll press save. So let me just close this out. Let me see what happens. It's probably going to add it. Yeah, there it is. I'm just going to delete it because I'm not actually going to upload that. So delete forever. I understand. Makes it sound so vicious. Delete forever. Do you like live streaming on YouTube or Twitch? I have both, so it's not a preference. It's not a preference. I'm on both. It doesn't matter to me. It's all the same to me. I don't really see a difference. It's platform is a platform. That's like asking me, do you like PlayStation or Xbox more? Like, if I had them both, I wouldn't know what to say. I like them both. I play video games. Period. That's pretty much how I feel about live streaming services. All right, let's do this video real quick. Like, you know, it makes me laugh every time I see somebody that's being like an asshole to another person that has like a, let's say like there's an Xbox fanboy that comes in and he says like, if only this was on Xbox because Xbox is the superior console, and then the PlayStation guy comes in and he's like, man, fuck you, man, this is about Sony is better than Xbox. You know, like that whole conversation, like it's so silly, man. Like there's so many people that have like multiple consoles. Like why would you why have the war? Like I just don't understand that whole thing. Like right now, Microsoft, I don't know why they're doing this, but pretty much every game that's on the Xbox is on PC. So I don't even have to ever buy an Xbox again. If they keep up with that whole thing, then I don't have to get an Xbox. I'll just be on PC and that's it. And then for Sony, they have a lot of exclusivity stuff, and that's the reason why I bought a PlayStation over an Xbox this year. It's because of that. So I went with PlayStation. I also own a Nintendo Switch. You know, like that's it. Like I just follow whatever is actually doing the right thing. You know, so like if Microsoft, if they really wanted to have that exclusivity thing, then that's the only way that they're going to be able to boost their stuff. Like Xbox is kind of falling back right now because of that. But there's still fanboys. There's still people that like to go, oh, Xbox forever, you know. And I used to be all about what's it called? I was Xbox. I was pretty like stationary Xbox for like the first generation of it, like the black one, and then there was 360, and then after 360 I started noticing that Sony was taking a lot of exclusivity stuff, like they were getting real exclusive, And then when PlayStation 4 came around, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to buy a PlayStation 4. And in the beginning, I was one of those fanboys where I was like, Xbox forever, you know, like fuck Sony, fuck Nintendo, fuck, like, you know what I mean? And then I started to realize, like, it's all bullshit. Like, people change, man. People change. Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, I'm gonna show you how to use the Samuel Trade Center. Yeah, I'm glad they're going back to PC gaming. Honestly, I'm glad. Like, for me, PC gaming is far superior to any console that could ever come out. Period. For one reason, well, two reasons. Modding potential. You can mod the shit out of old games and play it indefinitely because of it. Because of just people creating mods, creating new content, it's just nonstop potential for unlimited replayability on old games. And two, cheating. I love to cheat in video games. It's fun. Especially, like, I'm not talking about multiplayer games, okay? Like, just don't right away go, oh my god, he's the devil, he's using hacks and shit in Counter-Strike. No. I only talk about single player games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that the thing that really that bothers me the most, it really grinds my gears, is that they made a leveling system in a game that's supposed to be a single player, like, exploring action game. So, like, it gets to the point where, you know, you're not high enough level to explore anymore. You have to be level 50 in order to go to this island over here in the corner. It's so stupid. So I use cheat codes to make myself max level, and then I go wherever the hell I want to go. So I turned it into like Elder Scrolls, like it's like a free explored game, you know? And that's what Elder Scrolls Online did. Even a massively multiplayer game like Elder Scrolls Online went full, you can go wherever the hell you want. You know, that should say a lot right there. Like, so when I see the stupid ass like games like Assassin's Creed do that whole like grind in a single player game, it's just like, what? Why? Because they want you to go to the cash shop. That's why. Oh, because you go on the cash shop and it says XP booster, this new content, that. Like, it's all like pay to win. You know, fuck that shit. That's why I'm done with Ubisoft. I'm done with EA games. I'm done with Activision. They really, really have to impress me to make me buy their games. Like, no. I refuse. They are all the devil. Samuel Trade Center add-on to make as much money as you can on the auction house or the guild trader, whatever you want to call it. So, first thing I learned. Yeah, have you ever done like Skyrim? I used to have like 700,000 mods on that game. Like, Skyrim, you can go wild with that. Like, it's insane. Witcher 3 didn't really have a whole lot, so I'm not expecting much from Cyberpunk 2077 mod wise, and that's a shame. But it would have been like, and also Grand Theft Auto 5. Because Grand Theft Auto 5 was ridiculous with the mod potential. You can do so much with it. And that's why the game has lasted for so long. Is because of modding. Look at the biggest thing right now, or it was for a little bit. It kind of still is the role-playing thing on Grand Theft Auto 5. Like the people playing cops, and then the other people that are playing like normal people in the street. Like, they're doing like an actual The Sims, like role-playing thing. Like, it's pretty cool. Those are things that I wish more games would do. And if they made it possible for you to download the same kind of mods on the console, then they will be in business. Like, if it gets to the point where consoles are getting better than PCs, then I would jump on consoles in a heartbeat if that was the case. Auction house or the guild trader, whatever you want to call it. I'll delete this big space. It's too empty. So first thing I learned that I didn't know about before is that you don't have to physically. Yeah, AAA is dying out right now. AAA is garbage. AAA gaming is just completely gone to the trash. Like, all of it is 100% focused on how can I monetize the audience. How? Let's figure it out. So they go into the, you know, the office, and they're just in their boardroom, just thinking about how can we monetize the shit and milk the hell out of our customers. Let's see. Okay, so this game is a little too easy to beat. I noticed that you can beat it in like 40 hours. So you know what? We're gonna up the grind. Let's make it so that in the first levels, it's gonna take you like 10 hours to get one level. Oh, perfect. Because that would mean that the, you know, the amount of time that people got to play that game is going to be increased, which would mean that they'll play it longer, right? And then on top of that, if they want to speed up, let's open up the cash shop to have XP boosters. Let's do it. XP boosters for everybody. And it's only $29.95 for an hour's worth of XP boosting. That's money right there. Come on, guys. We're going to make so much money. This is how AAA the companies think. They think about how are we going to be able to get as much money as possible out of our customers. So they're spending $60 to buy the game to get in initially. And then on top of that, they're going to nickel and dime your ass with a cash shop. So that's how they do it. That, you know, that's located in, you know, in the, that's why the, you know, the indie gaming space is doing like, you know, they're actually doing really well, and they're starting to make a name for themselves is because of that. Because it's just the AAA company is all about money, and then the indie player, like developer base, is all about trying to give you the best experience possible. Like they're really making games from their heart and putting it into their work. You know, where, you know, it's a shame that, you know, AAA companies, like once, you know, they become a big corporation with investors and stock market and all these things, like it only becomes about money and it's not about the passion anymore. So the people that they have underneath them, people like DICE, people like BioWare, you know, all the greats, Bethesda is falling into that shit too. Like it's just like they have people on top of them that are like, we need to make more money, figure it out, you know. So it's a shame. It's a shame. So all these companies are just, whenever you see like a big corporation buy out a developer, it's always bad news. I mean, it's like that in every kind of business. So like when you see a bigger guy always buying out the little guy, it's always scary, you know? That's why a lot of people quit. That's why you'll see a lot of companies when you see them getting bought out, you'll see either a lot of people quit or a lot of people laid off, because the ones that were laid off and quit knew that, you know, there's something bad gonna happen. You know, it's a shame. Yeah, modders are fixing everything that AAA companies failed. Like, it's so crazy. Look at this, for example, Elder Scrolls Online, this game. There's a lot of things that are broken in this game. There's a lot of weird little tinks that it's like, why the hell did they leave this like this? And then you'll go and you'll go download an add-on that fixes the problem that they should have fixed already. You know what I mean? Like, for example, fishing, because I've been doing the stupid fishing. It's the most tedious shit on the planet Earth. And like, there's one thing in the game where you have to shave the fish, you have to fillet it. And let's say you have 200 fish in your inventory. You're shaving the fish, you have to press E, and then it loads, and then you press E again. Then it loads, and you press E again. Like, and so you're sitting there doing that for 200 fish. So like, that's the most tedious shit on the planet Earth. There's an add-on that makes it so it automatically fillets the fish without you even pressing E. You know, so like shit like that is things that it's like, why the hell couldn't the developer do that? You know? So it's, I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, I don't understand that. Especially like, you look at Fallout 76, which you're talking about. Fallout 76, they made an online version of Fallout, which is something that a lot of people kind of wanted. Not everybody, but I wanted it. I wanted a online version of Skyrim, and I never got it. But modders made an online, like a multiplayer version of Skyrim, and it's actually doing pretty well right now. And this is something that the developer should have easily implemented. Like, I don't understand how hard it is. for a developer to do something like that. Just tick it in, you know, like we want multiplayer, boom. And if they made a split screen option, oh my God, that would be amazing. Because I want to be able to play with my fiance. Like if we could both play Skyrim together on the same TV and just split screen play, like, oh my God, that would be the best experience ever. Like I would love to do that. There's no games that do that anymore. Like it's rare to find a game that has like good split screen or good quality multiplayer you could sit down on the couch for. Like everything is all like you need to own 2 PCs. So in order to play the Skyrim together thing, I need to have 2 PCs. I need to have this one, and I need to buy her a $1,000 computer so she could play 2. And then on top of that, we need 2 copies of the game. So I need to spend $40 to $60 on the new Skyrim, and then she needs to do the same thing too. You know, like it's expensive. It's expensive to do multiplayer like within your house. Like it's so crazy. Guild trader that, you know, that's located in, you know, in the I was actually interested in playing Fallout 76. I was almost thinking about it, but then I went online and I looked at the prices and I saw it was still like $50 for the game, and I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna wait until it gets cheaper. Like if it gets down to like $20, I'll buy Fallout 76 and I'll try it. But the last time I played it was in beta, and beta was garbage. I saw that it got better now though. There's a lot of improvements that they did with the game, so I wouldn't mind playing it, but I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna be an extra cheap ass for AAA companies, especially
that city that your guild trader is supposed to be. So like for example, I'm supposed to be over here and I have to go to Skywatch to go to my guild trader. You don't have to do that. You can literally just go to any bank, and then right in the bank you'll see guild store. You just go right into that. But okay, let me cut right there. But that was just a quick little tip. But anyway, if you haven't downloaded the time,
I can just cut all that part off. That was just me stumbling.
You just go right into that. If you haven't downloaded the
see, you see how it makes it so much like more fluid if you just cut out the ums and the and the thinking and the That's what makes like video editing so easy. So whenever you get to this situation where you're starting to like make videos and you get into this whole stump of like, oh man, but I don't want to mess up. Like you're recording and you're like, shit, there was a big pause, or I was thinking too much, or I didn't know what to say. That's when you know the magic of editing. You can literally just cut straight to where you started talking again. So it's good stuff. Live streaming is probably one of the hardest things. Like if you can get used to live streaming, then it'll be easier for you to speak. It'll get easier for you to like, you know, continue conversations and just like not have such a big pause, because you know you're trying to entertain in a sense, you know what I mean? So like that's something to kind of practice with. Like I definitely recommend live streaming to anybody that wants to become like a content creator and do any of this. Definitely recommend it because it's good practice just to kind of like learn how to speak. I know it took me a long time to get this good with this stuff. I don't like to, I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just like, it took me a long time to get to this point, you know? So it's all the live streaming, it's all the video recording and all that. That's got me like better at this. Or you just go right into that. If you haven't downloaded the Tamriel Trade Center app, definitely recommend you do that, or the add-on rather. I made a video previously. It's the how to make mad money in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm gonna leave a link to that in the description if you want to see all the add-ons that I use for this Tamriel Trade Center. Yeah. But I'm also gonna leave a link to Tamriel Trade Center itself. That way, I gotta remember to do that.
Care to see like all my add-ons, you can just download the Tamriel Trade Center app.
Sometimes I say things in the video and I forget to link it, and I'm like, shit, I forgot. So I'm gonna have to rewatch this later when I actually upload. And this is gonna help out tremendously for your sales. So first things first. Okay, let me cut out the
sales.
So the sales. Stop it right there.
So what you want to do is make sure that your app.
Okay, I'm gonna start it with the first things first, and then cut straight into this part right here. I'll delete all these things.
out tremendously for your sales. First things first, what you want to do is make sure that your add-on is fully updated. So of course, after you already installed it, you gotta have it on. So it has to be, you know, running in the background in your game, so that you have that. And then on top of that, you want to go to settings, controls, and then you're gonna go over to add-on, and you go over to Tamriel Trade Center. Right down here it says scan all listings. Set a key, set whatever key you want for that, get that set up. And then once you go over to the guild trader, so you go to guild store, you're gonna press that button, and then it's gonna scan all the pages throughout the game to make sure that everything is up to date. This is what you mainly want to do when you start doing your postings, is to see exactly the prices updated at the current time. So it's gonna take a long process. What you could do on the bottom left, you see the little line here in the corner, you click on that, and it will I gotta do some zoom in so I can visually show what I'm talking about. Current time. So it's gonna take a long process. What you could do on the bottom left, okay, bottom left of the screen, this is when I crop left, you see the little line here in the corner, you click on that, and it will and then it's gonna go back to normal. So basically like this, a crop. I like doing these crops because it visually shows you what I'm talking about. That way you can understand a little bit easier. I like I like when other YouTubers do similar things because it really makes it more understandable. So that's why I've always done that. Like mainly all the stuff I've done on my YouTube videos has always been watching other people. Like I'll go and I'll try to get a tutorial on this, let's say for example, and I'll see another person do it and they don't do any of these things. Like they go today I'm gonna show you how to do this, and they talk real slow, or their microphone is too low, or you know, there's a lot of issues. And I basically write down in my head all the issues that person had, and I'm gonna do it better than he did. So like that's literally what I do. I look at it like almost like a competition like that, where it's I'm gonna do it better than you. So like I'm gonna be louder microphone, I'm gonna show you visually what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna get to the point. I'm not gonna waste time talking about shit that the viewer does not want to hear. You know, like talking about their mom and talking about what they're doing today, and you know, like they're just like they get off the topic of the tutorial, then that's bad. So that's basically what I've learned over the years, is just like whenever I need some kind of motivation, I guess. When I need motivation, I watch other people's YouTube videos and kind of go, okay, I get kind of judgy in my head. I'm not gonna go and comment to them and say you're a piece of shit. Like if I see something that can be corrected, I might give them a little advice if I can, but I don't want to sound like a douchebag either. So I'll try to be nice with it. But I don't always do that. It all depends. Like if I see they're trying really hard and it seems like they're just new to it, I try to give advice whenever possible. But I know a lot of people don't like to hear advice. I don't know, they take it the wrong way and they'll think of it like it's an insult or like you're judging them or something. So like I'm very picky with who I give advice to. A long process. What you could do on the bottom left, you see the little line here in the corner, you click on that and it will show you how many pages it's scanning. This is gonna take a long process, so it takes a while. I already scanned, so you see how that looked? It seemed like it cut a little too soon, but at least you get the idea. Like it basically, it's gonna take a long process. What you could do on the bottom left, you see the little line here in the corner, you click on that. See, it visually showed you what I was trying to show. You know, like you click on that, boom. Because if you stay big like that, I'm not gonna understand what the hell you're talking about. I didn't even see your mouse move, you know? That's kind of the thing that you got to put in your mind. Like, will the actual viewer understand what you're talking about? Pages it's scanning. This is gonna take a long process, so it takes a while. I already scanned, so I'm already good to go. But eventually, it's gonna tell you, you know, scanned all items. You're ready to go. And then once you do that, you can go here and you can put your mouse over anything, and then it'll show you the price. So you see on the bottom there, it says average is going for $12.99. Minimums for 800, and then the max is 2,000. Okay, here's another crop. once you do that, you can go here and you can put your mouse over anything, and then it'll show you the price. So you see on the bottom there, it says average is going for $12.90.
Right when I say the price.
The price. So and then it'll show you the price. So you see on the bottom there, and then I crop, you know, price. So you see on the bottom right there is the crop. There it says average is going for $12.99, minimums for $800, and then the max is $2,498.5. This means, to basically sum this all up, so I'm gonna crop as far as this, and then I'll go back to normal. This is why I like doing little cuts. That way I can make only this piece the cropped piece, and everything else is still normal. That way it just like pops back, you know. I don't like doing any effects, like, you know, like sliding effects, and like I don't like really doing that much, because that's too much editing and it spends too much time like tinkering with things instead of actually just finishing the video, you know. I try really hard not to overthink. It's been a challenge, but I've finally gotten into the point where I feel like it's pretty good. So like, let me cut this, make it a little bit shorter. The dead silence, get rid of that. Okay, now let's see it again. Go here and you can put your mouse over anything, and then it'll show you the price. So you see on the bottom there, it says average is going for
it's gonna look blurry right now, but when you pause it, it actually looks fine. It's because my video software, I have it on low mode, so it doesn't eat my graphics card.
9 minimums for $800, and then the max is $2,498.5. This means, to basically sum this all up,
see
this exact,
yeah, and then it goes back to normal. That way it's just not staring at that the whole time.
Item with those stats, so with the stamina and also the sturdy.
Okay, wait, I have to actually show that as well, so let me
Sum
crop
this all up. This exact item with those stats, so with the stamina and also the sturdy, so that block, reducing the block cost. This is the exact item that's listed 7 times.
Okay,
this is
it's gonna crop right here, and then it's gonna crop back down again just to show the 7 times. So see, this is a lot of describing and showing visually, so I need to keep that in mind with this whole thing.
those stats, so with the stamina and also the sturdy, so that block, reducing the block cost. This is the exact item that's listed
7 times.
7 times across the whole entire game.
Okay, so it's gonna crop back down again to visually show you that part. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I could have copy pasted the other one, but I'm gonna do this one a little bit more zoomed, just to like really show you. Listed 7 times. You see that?
The exact item that's listed 7 times across the whole entire game, and the minimum, the guy that's selling it the lowest is selling it for $800. So what you want to do is price it underneath the minimum guy to kind of give yourself some leverage. This is how you make basically your sale faster, in a sense. So what you really want to look for when it comes to sets is one of the important ones, something like this, divines. This one, you see the Mundus Stone effect by
I gotta visually show that too.
So what you really want to look for when it comes to sets is
I'm probably gonna have to visually show that
game.
one also.
And the minimum, the guy that's selling it the lowest is selling it for $800.
Okay, so I'll visually show that as well. I'll probably just copy paste. So you see like this one over here, I'm gonna copy paste this one. Go to motion, copy, go to this one, paste. Boom, there it is. I don't have to actually dial it in.
Minimum, the guy that's selling it the lowest is selling it for $800. So what you want to do is price it underneath the minimum guy to kind of give yourself some leverage. This is how you make basically your sale faster in a sense. So what you really see, which that advice people can take the wrong way and go, oh well, I mean, you're undercutting yourself and you're really, you know, you're not getting the max potential, because you know the average of that item is like $1,200, and if I'm pricing it for 800, that means I'm undercutting myself. So I mean, I could have stayed in the average, but the thing is that you probably won't sell it for a few days. If you're trying to sell that shit now, you want to make the money now, then you got to price it around the 800 or lower, because that would sell it immediately. You know what I mean? Like you were pretty much like within the hour or so, you'll probably see it gone if it's a popular item. Because that's the thing too. You got to keep in mind is whether or not people are actually searching for that specific item faster. This is something that I'm explaining now, but kind of wish I explained in the actual video. Sale faster. Like if I feel like I missed that and I should have said that, then I'll add it in the video. So I'll just do a quick little record and, you know, slap it in, but I don't feel like it's super necessary. So I'm going to wait to see what else I say, because sometimes I'll fill in that blank. What you really want to look for when it comes to sets is one of the important ones, something like this, divines. This one, you see the Mundus Stone effect by 5. Okay, I need to show that. This divines, the important ones, something like this, divines. This one, you see the Mundus Stone effect by 5.5%. This is a very, very good bonus to have at endgame, and this is not something you can make. This is something that is a RNG. It's just randomly dropped. Okay. Which I don't think it's true anymore. So people are probably going to get on my case with this, because I think you can change those divines now. Like you can actually turn it into that, but you need to get those, like, there's like some scrolls or some shit that you use to actually make that happen, where you can change it to whatever you want. It's more of a process to do that. So I'm talking in the concept of like more of a casual gamer that doesn't have time to farm really rare resources to do things like switching the, you know, that stat out, you know. So that's something that I don't know, like I guess bonus. We'll see what happens in the comments. Have at endgame, and this is not something you can make. This is something that is a RNG. It's just randomly dropped in the world. So you have to grind your ass off. I've done this plenty of times with my current sets. As you can see on my side, I have the sturdy. I really want to get the Divines version of it, but they're going for crack dealer prices, or you have to grind your ass off, grind the dungeons. So, and what I mean by crack dealer prices is something like this. For example, look at this. Okay, so let me visually show what the crack dealer price means. Oh shit. This is something like this. For example, look at this. This one right here, average is going for 6,899. So that means the sales that it's already earned on this exact item has been going for that average. The minimum right now, somebody's selling it for 850. And then the maximum crack dealer price, $40,000 for this item. Okay, let's just visually show that. I'm gonna zoom in. I probably could have reused the other one, but whatever. Crack dealer price, $40,000. Okay, let me cut the dead silence. So I think this is a dead silence. Let me double check it just to see. This one right here, average is going for 6,899. I'll leave it alone. So that means it's an okay pause. That it's already earned on this exact example. Look at this. This one right here, average is going for 6,899. So that means the sales that it's already earned on this exact item has been going for that average. The minimum right now, somebody's selling it for 850. And then the maximum crack dealer price, $40,000 for this item. So he's on crack. So he's gonna sell it for as much as he can to try to get his profit. He's probably never gonna sell it unless the listings completely go dry. He's on crack. I mean, that's the only explanation that I have. He's on crack.
Oh man, you see, when something actually makes me laugh like that, I'm keeping it in because unless it's like totally like off the wall, like really obscene, like I feel like people would take too much offense because of it, then I'll leave it out sometimes. But I thought that was pretty funny, so I'm gonna leave it in. So that's something to keep in mind. If you want to sell it quick, you want to sell it either at the minimum or near it. So what you could do to double check this is you can go like this. Since the prices are just so sporadic, you see how it jumps from 800 to 6,000? That means somebody was desperate and trying to make a quick little buck. So what you could do is right here, you're going to press T to search for the item. It's going to pop up right here. Just double click if you want, or you can hold control, press A, it will highlight everything. I think I'm going to leave this part out. Still hold control and press C to copy. And then you're going to go over to the Tamriel Trade Center, and then you're going to type that in. So you're just going to paste it, Control V, and there you go. You just press enter. Actually, what you're going to do is search for that set. So basically, what's that set called? All right, so I'm only looking at the bonus. So Impenetrable. That's the critical resistance one. So I'm gonna look up. It's a PvP set. That's why it's so expensive, is because that's for PvP. That's why, like, I was trying to make that the vocal point in this, is that the main reason why people are looking for that item specifically and why it's so popular and so expensive is because it's for a certain thing. Like Divine is like an end game trait for PvE, and then you look at critical resistance. That's a PvP stat. You know, but the next update is supposedly upping the critical stance thing. So they're trying to make it so that people have more diverse builds and they're not just making critical resistance builds. So we're going to see how that shit goes. But I bet you there's going to be a new meta. Somebody's going to figure out something. On here, here's Impenetrable. I'm going to go ahead and search. I'm not going to be specific with it, so I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, so here's some pricing. I'm going to filter it for the lowest price. So I'm going to click on price. And here we go. So as far as listings go, there's 2 pages worth of this item in particular. They're different shades. So that means the purple version of it, you know, since I have that one, it's worth a little bit more than the blue. So you don't want to really undercut. But at the same time, there are people that don't mind the blue and they would just get it and probably upgrade it later. So that's something to keep in mind. You see how this one's green? You could easily upgrade that to a blue, no problem. The materials are so easy to get. So this guy's selling it for $325. Somebody probably already snatched it up. It was 2 hours ago. So if you look at your minimums over here, you're basically, it says minimum 850. So I could get away with selling it for 850, and the reason why it priced that low is because look, this guy right here, he never sold it. It's probably still on the market right now. This guy sold it for 250, and that was probably the minimum price of what the trader automatically gives you. So he lost out. He definitely undercut it himself. If he would have priced it for at least 5 or 6 or 7, he would have made that much, you know. But since he didn't, somebody probably bought that out and then reflipped it. It could have been this dude right here. You know, you just never know. This is good advice. You see, these are things that I wish I knew when I first started getting into all this shit. You know, and this is something that I actually learned in real life when I was I've been playing around with eBay. So it's all about the supply and demand. It's all about knowing what people are pricing things for. You don't want to undercut yourself, but at the same time, you want to compete. So if, let's say, somebody's selling Fallout 76 for $50 on eBay, there's always going to be somebody that wants to undercut that because they're trying to get their sale fast. So you'll look at eBay, like you can literally look at eBay the same exact way. It's crazy how much video games like relate to real life. Go to eBay. Oh, let's look up Fallout 76. Fallout 76 on... Let's look up PS4, I guess. Let's see what happens. Whoa, $10, look. Whoa, I'm about to go buy that shit right now. Remember how I was saying, look, $750. Oh, shit. All right, well, there's people that are really undercutting.
So that means this game is not selling that well. Obviously, it's a dead ass game, but I'm thinking about buying that shit right now. $8. Look at this. So basically, to be able to compete on eBay, it's the same exact thing as if in the video game. So you're trying to check your prices and make sure that you're competing. The only way to compete, this guy is probably, you know, the only reason why he's on the top of the list is because he sponsored it. And the only reason why he sponsored it is because when he makes his sale, he has to give an extra $2 or $3 to eBay as, like, you know, the promotion thing. So he's hurting right there. He's probably only making, and he's doing free shipping. Oh my god. So he's probably only making like $1 off of the sale. You know, like $2, $3 at the most, because you need to calculate shipping too. So like, so this is basically the same thing. Like if you looked at eBay and then you compare it to the video game, it's like, it's different because in the video game you're out playing in the world, you kill a creature, it potentially drops the Fallout 76, and you're like, oh shit, I got the Fallout 76. But then you got it for free. At least you didn't actually buy it first. This guy probably bought it first. He has it in stock. He probably has like a bunch in stock. So unless he bought it for $2 and then he makes $3 off the sale, then he make an extra $1 for every Fallout sold. He sold 183 of them, so he could have made double that, maybe $200. You know, like, you don't know what his situation is, because if he's putting it free shipping, then he's obviously confident that he's making some cash here. He sold 183 of them, these things. So that's something that you gotta kind of understand, is like how supply and demand works, how much you spent on it initially, and then how to price it. Because if you spent $10 on Fallout 76 and you're trying to sell it for $10.99, you're not making no money back. Especially if you put free shipping, you're really not gonna make money back. And if you don't understand how shipping works, forget it. Because you'll get your ass whooped by that. Because let's say if you have to ship it across the country, like completely across the country, it's gonna cost you probably like $6 for shipping or more. Sometimes it'll go up to like $10 for shipping. So like for an item like this, like I shipped out a DVD the other day, and shipping came out to be it was like $7.99. So I sold the item for like $14. So I really only made a profit of like $4 ish, you know? So unless you have a lot in stock, you're not really gonna make a whole lot of money. Like that's basically how eBay works. It's more complicated than in the video game, obviously, but still, there is a tax you pay, but it's not nearly as much as what eBay would charge you. So anyway, that's pretty much the whole gist of that. So when it comes to the flipping, okay, let me cut right there. Dead silence. That's pretty much the whole gist of that. When it comes to the flipping, what I really look for is this here. You see how it says TTC suggested? Okay, let me zoom into that. What I really look for is this here. You see how it says TTC suggested, and it gives you that? That means this is selling pretty rapidly. You see how there's 67 listings on this, and if you price it, and I'm gonna delete that, and if you price it for the suggested, you probably have a chance of actually selling it for that much. Leave the zoom that whole time. I'm probably gonna end the stream in a second here because I'm really hungry and I want to take a little break. I'll finish this video later on tonight. I do want to play some games, so I'm probably just gonna come back. I'll play a little bit of Zelda because I haven't played it in a bit, and then I'll follow it up with some Elder Scrolls. Tested, and it gives you that. That means this is selling pretty rapidly. You see how there's 67 listings on this, and okay, delete the and if you price it, I said two ifs, so I'm gonna cut out the first if. That's how I pretty much do editing here. Like I kind of try to make it as best as I can. 7 listings on this. If you price it for the suggested, you probably have a chance of actually selling it for that much. But the thing is that I look for is always the bonus. What's in the bonus right there? This one well fitted. Roll dodge. You gotta look for the things that are actually the most desirable. For me, it's always been divines. When I see a divines like this, that's something worth money. Look at the bottom. You see how the minimum is $5,000? Okay, I gotta show that. Like this, that's something worth money. Look at the bottom. You see how the minimum is $5,000 for this? That's the reason why, because divines is a very, very rare thing to get and very desirable at endgame. Boom, baby. Very desirable at endgame, guys. Delete this empty silence stuff. And very desirable at endgame. These are the things you really gotta watch out for. If you get thing to get and very desirable at endgame. These are the things you really gotta watch out for. If you get a divine piece, keep, which I think the other day I accidentally deleted all my inventory. I accidentally like refined, like I broke apart, decomposed, whatever the hell they call it, all my armor accidentally in my inventory, so I kind of screwed up. I think I didn't sell that piece, so wow, that's what happened. You really gotta watch out for. If you get a divine piece, keep it, because that could be worth money. You could even upgrade it to a higher quality if you want to make even more money. You know, so these are the things to really watch out for. I look at the minimums and I say, okay, this one's worth 5,000 on the market. So what I could do is I could sell this and I'll put it for 10,000. All right, let's put it for 4,000. Boom, we'll list it like that. Correct dealer price. If I see an item is minimum 1,000, like this one, this necropotence one, which I call necropace all the time, and I know it probably annoys people, but I like calling it that. It's more fun for me. Minimum 1,000. When it's less than $2,000, I usually just decompose it. Like I break it apart for materials. Really don't care to sell it. That way I can kind of level up my stuff, and at the same time it doesn't really matter. You see how like some of these don't even have a listing? If it doesn't have a listing, that means you could be the first one to be posting it. It's a divine, so this one is special. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna charge, let's see, $10,000. Divines usually go for about 5,000. I could be a crackhead and post it for $20,000 right now if I wanted to, since this is the only one in stock. There's no one posting this. So I could literally get away with murder right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna post it for 10,000. So let's try that. So there we go. There's a divine piece, which I never sold it, by the way. It's still on the market. It's still there. So what I was gonna do in probably a couple days, I was gonna lower the price. Actually, I'll check it up today. I'll see if the price went down on it. If it did, I'll undercut the guy and get some wins. $10,000 out there. Let's look it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. So I'm gonna search this up. Boom. And then I'm gonna search the Tamriel Trade Center for my own thing that I put up just now. Which it actually doesn't even pop up. It's too soon. Let me leave that alone. I'm gonna delete that part. So there we go. There's a divine piece for $10,000 out there. Let's look it up. So that's it. Let's look it up. I'm not gonna do the whole look it up. I'm gonna delete this whole thing. But you see how many there are on the market? This guy's selling for 3,500. So me selling it for 10,000 was probably a lot, but then again, this was 3 days ago, so it's maybe not even in stock anymore, this one. So that's a good thing to actually have the website open too. That way you can kind of understand what's going on. That's good information, so let me leave that in. I'm not gonna delete that. Let me leave that in there. Let's look it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. So I'm gonna search this up. Boom. And then I'm gonna search the Tamriel Trade Center for my own thing that I put up just now. the vines, search. My piece was blue, I guess, for my own thing that I put up just now. Let me show the whole process. Search. And then I'm gonna go right here. I'll cut this whole dead silence. Search. Nope, it's not updating. But you see how many there are on the market? This guy's selling for 3,500. So me selling it for 10,000 was probably a lot, but then again, this was 3 days ago. So it's maybe not even in stock anymore. This one. So that's a good thing to actually have the website open too. That way you can kind of understand what's going on. As far as my pricing of $10,000, what I could do in the future, let's say like 3 or 4 days from now, which I'm not desperate to make money. So I'll leave it on there. If it doesn't sell in about 5 days, I'll take it down. So like I'll go to my listings and I'll say, okay, like, look, this has been a while already. 26 has never sold. I'll take it down and then I'll probably just decompose it, because you see how I charge $500 for this thing. Suggested pricing. Let me visually show that. Let me visually show all that stuff. 6 has never sold. I'll take it down and then I'll probably just decompose it, because you see how I charged it, and then I'm going to show it. I charged $500 for this thing. And then I got to visually show the other side. Take it down and then I'll probably just decompose it, because you see how I charge $500 for this thing. Suggested pricing is okay. I got to show this suggested pricing. Let me cut the I don't need that in there. Yeah, I like that you can actually see the you see that big lump? It's like a giant lump. That's the So I can go right here and I can delete the If you want to get that detail, you can. Suggested pricing is the 500. Minimum is 403 right now. So that means somebody is okay, let's cut right there. Now, so basically this whole scene is going to be zoomed into the actual real pricing stats. This actually came out to be a nice tutorial. I like this. I wish that more people did tutorials like this. I actually visually show you things, because it would have made things so much easier. Because sometimes you get rough videos that are just drag on for fucking 20 minutes. And then like they didn't even really explain everything they needed to. So I'm scanning through the video trying to find the information I wanted to find, and I want to get the hell out, you know? For this thing, suggested pricing is the 500. Minimum is 403 right now. So that means somebody is there's probably a bunch of people actually undercutting my price. So that means other people are going to be seen before I am. You got to look at it as supply and demand. It's just like in real life. So if there's too much supply and there's not enough demand, you're not going to sell it. So that's pretty much how you got to gauge it. So when you're looking at these things, you got to look at how many are listed. This one right here, this staff, I had 2 of these staffs. I sold one already for the same price, $7,000. So see how my listing is minimum 7,000, max 7. That's because, so see how my list, I'm gonna visually show how this. My listing is minimum 7,000, max. DGNX found me from TikTok. Yo, what's up? Welcome. Going on? What you see, the 0 to 100 on what's that game? BioShock. I don't know why that video like went re-viral. It's so weird. I posted that video like a month ago, but it hit 1 million views the other day. I was like, holy crap. That was my first video that ever hit 1 million views, so I was pretty amazed by that. That's because there's 2 listings on there and the other person is selling it for the same exact price, most likely. I've been slacking off though, man. I haven't been doing too many TikToks. I also repost onto Instagram. So whenever I can't fit a 60-second video on TikTok, I usually put it on Instagram. So I'll put like the full video there. That way you guys can see it there. But yeah, I've been kind of lazy lately. So I'm trying to get my editing on right now to try to catch up. Oi. Second one will be on the YouTube channel. Yeah, fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Likely. So that means, you know, what I could price most likely. So that means, you know, what I could do in a few days, let's say. Okay, wait. When am I going to cut here? That's because there's 2 listings on there and the other person is selling it for the same exact price, most likely. Okay. Or it could have been my sale. That's probably why the price was the way it was. Look at that. You see average 7,000, 7,000. Damn. So like I was like the first one selling that thing recently. See how my listing is minimum 7,000, max 7? That's because there's 2 listings on there and the other person is selling it for the same exact price, most likely. So that means, you know, what I could do in a few days, let's say 4 or 5 days from now, I could check back, see if maybe I need to lower my price a bit to compete and just kind of gauge it like that. So this is pretty much how you play the marketing game right here is you just got to kind of figure out what are you willing to lose, even though most times you find these items for free. If you've seen my previous video, you're just running around opening treasure chests, and if you get something like this, you're just gonna flip it, which costs you literally time. That's it. It didn't cost you no money. You could also go on the auction house and try to buy people's stuff. So if you see somebody selling a divine piece for $200 like that other guy, you could take advantage of that, buy it, and flip it yourself. Yep, you see, like I was showing earlier with eBay. You know, so that's basically the flip game right there. You could do that all day long if you wanted to. So keep that in mind. But anyway, hope this video was helpful. I really want to get this good at eBay. Like if I can get as good as I am in the video game in actual real life eBay, then I could probably land up being 100,000 in air. I don't know about millionaire. That would be cool, but I could be 100,000 in air, get some money. I can get better stream equipment. You know what I mean? Like damn, that shit would be crazy. Like, so I'm trying really hard to figure out how to do eBay. Oh, little text. Okay, keep that in mind. But anyway, hope this video was helpful. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Leave a comment below if you have any questions for me. And yeah, have a good one. Thanks for watching. All right, thanks for watching. And then I cut right here. That's the end of the video. Boom. Then I put my ending thumbnail. So I put this right here. Gotta put it to the right size. I put my little song. I actually named it 2020 music. So I'm gonna be using this song for the rest of the year, and then I'm gonna change the song next year. So like pretty much on the 1st of 2021, I'll change it to a different song. I don't know. I've got into this whole new mode. I just want to use a different song. But now I gotta use some gameplay. So let me import a little something real quick. Just use this one. Kind of running out of footage. I'm gonna have to get some more footage here. I'll delete the audio part. Find a quick little scene of me doing something. Maybe this with the sneaking around. Why not? Zoom in here. That's already fully 20 seconds long. Because what I do with my endings is I always put, like, if you've seen my video all the way to the end on YouTube, you see that little empty box here? This is where the end screen goes. So I'll put my end screen and it'll be like click on a video, basically. So keep that in mind. So like, let me just watch my ending to make sure it's okay. Questions for me? And yeah, have a good one. Thanks for watching. See? Me getting my ass whooped by that thing. Just me getting my ass whooped the whole time. I was trying really hard to just get I wanted to get a treasure chest and get out, but there was no treasure chest in there, so I just got lost. Yo, what's going on? Yay, we finished the video. So I'm just gonna give it a quick second look through to see if there's anything I can change, little minor things to kind of fix, maybe zoom in some more in the beginning. I don't know. If I need to, I will. So I always do a second watch through just to kind of make sure that everything was good, because sometimes you can get errors and you didn't realize you accidentally deleted a piece that was supposed to be in there, you know, like it happens. There's slip ups. So yeah, all right, so this is 12, about roughly 13-minute video. 13-minute video on how to use the trade center. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna end the stream here, and I'm gonna be back in probably about 30 minutes. I'm gonna play some Zelda, so I'll be right back for that. Probably play that for a couple hours, and then go into more Elder Scrolls, because I got a lot of stuff to do in that game. So anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, later, y'all.